Hi guys, it's me Wanda. How are you? I decided to come on here and chat with y'all about C19, and we're going to call it the Jabzine. And you guys are very intelligent, so you know what I'm talking about when I say Jabzine, the jab. Jabzine. Anyway, today I decided to go get my nails done. Okay, so I'm in the nail shop. Everybody's just working there. We all have, the customers and myself. We all have our mask on. Okay. And I've gotten used to wearing a mask. I mean, as a healthcare professional, I've had to wear it 12 hours straight. So I'm used to it. I don't have any breathing issues that would cause me not to wear a mask. And the mask that I have is since Delta has been going on, I don't wear the surgical mask. I wear the KN95 mask. Some people like the regular surgical mask because they say they can't breathe in it. But it doesn't really bother me, so I wear it. And we're sitting there, and where I live at, in the county I live in, we have a lot of people who are anti-vaccine. And stick with me, y'all, because I'm going somewhere with this. And anti-mask. So, I mean, you can go into the store now because in my county, masks are not mandated. And the majority of the people there, they don't wear masks. They don't. As a matter of fact, I was in, where was I at? Walmart. I was in Walmart, and this lady went into, where you have the frozen food sections, and you can open up the little door to get your frozen entrees or whatever. Honey, she was all in there and just hacking and coughing away. No mask on. And I as a healthcare professional, I'm going to tell you guys straight out. Excuse me, I tend to lean towards science. Most healthcare professionals lean towards science. And the reason being is because, we've studied it. We've studied microbiology, chemistry, anatomy and physiology. And they told us that there is a virus that is out there that is killing people. Okay? We see with our eyes that people are going to the hospital with this virus, and they're getting acute respiratory distress syndrome and failure, and they're dying. People who would still be alive today if it was not for this virus. Okay? And so they're telling us this. We're seeing it. We're hearing it. It's in our inner circles. We have colleagues that are still suffering from long haul COVID. Okay? We have colleagues who have died from this virus. We hear about people and their loved ones dying. And just last Sunday, I lost a colleague who expired from COVID. So it's still, after a year, it's still happening. Now we're hearing about all these damn variants and shit. The Delta Plus, Lambda, Gamma. It's just so much stuff that's just going on. Okay? So I'm gonna take y'all back to when I was given vaccines. At first I didn't want to do it. Because it's like, I don't know, it's new and I don't know, right? And I knew something was coming, okay? Because there were people there who got fired from stealing the vaccine cards. And they're called passports. They're little bitty cards. I mean, many of you have been vaccinated, so you know what I'm talking about. You have your name, your information, and you have your first and your second dose, and usually there's a stamp on it or something like that. So after that person was found with a big old stack of those cards, it was a trip. It was like they were guarding them. I mean, before the nurses could go and get the cards or have a little stack at her desk and fill them out as the patients were coming, and then we would just give them their shot and fill it out and then hand it to them. But no, it changed. And I realized that they were going to start mandating certain things. I just figured that, okay, maybe like the airports and stuff like that. I never had any idea or inclination that it was going to get so bad to where employers were going to start mandating it. Now, every year around flu season, especially in the hospitals or patient care facilities, you will see, it's optional. You have to fill out a form saying, okay, I'm declining the flu vaccine. And usually around flu season, what happens is that they'll have the nurses wear a mask even in non-patient care areas, like at the nurses station and stuff like that, so that I guess you won't spread the flu, but they'll still let you work. But this thing is so different to where now they're telling you that you cannot work. You can't go to certain stores. Well, it hasn't gotten that bad yet, but now they're saying that people have the right to refuse service to you if you're not vaccinated. I don't know where we're going with this, guys. I just think that it's something not right about this whole thing, and I cannot put my finger on it. I can't pinpoint it, but something is not right. Okay? And I'm vaccinated. And it's like, I can imagine how the unvaccinated is feeling right now. Like, you might feel pressured, fearful, because now they're telling you, well, if you're not vaccinated, you're going to be the one to die. And they're telling us that. They're saying that I think it was only like 6,000 people out of the millions who have been vaccinated have caught COVID and died. So it's like a 90-something% rate of, if you do get breakthrough infection, you're not going to get severely ill and die. That's what they're telling us. And that the majority of the hospitalizations right now, in California especially, the cases are going up, especially in LA. And it's like 90-something% of those people are unvaccinated. My colleague and coworker, She was one of the people that refused to get the vaccine. But there are side effects and adverse reactions that could potentially happen when you get this vaccine. And there are some people, they can't get it. It's contraindicated for them to get this vaccine, even though it is a very small percentage. That still happens. And so I wonder, I say, well, what about them? What are they going to do? And so, yeah, I don't know. And because I do work in healthcare, I'm not going to sit here and tell people not to go get it. I would say just be very informed about your decision. And in the meantime, especially if you're not vaccinated, and don't hate me for saying this. Now, if you guys want to believe that that COVID-19 is a lie or it's something else, then I can't help you. But I will say to you, at least wear your mask. No, wearing a mask doesn't 100% protect you from getting the virus, because it can also get into your eyes, right? And they're saying this Delta variant is 10 times more contagious than the Alpha one, okay? But at least you do have some protection. Some protection is better than not having none. So if you walk into the store and there's some idiot in there that has it, because we do live in a very selfish-ass society. People, my fellow Americans, they don't generally care about each other. And this cross racial lines, you could be within the same race and stuff like that, and people just don't care. They don't. You see it when you're driving on the freeway and how selfish people are. So wear your mask, at least. Continue to wash your hands, at least. People are not socially distancing. They're not. If you're around someone in the store that's coughing, if you just move away from them, go somewhere else. That part. I'm not going to tell you that you have to get this vaccine. But science is saying, they're saying, well, if you get it, it's supposed to protect you from severe illness. That's what they're saying right now. Before, they were saying that it would protect you from getting it. Up to 94%? I think the Pfizer vaccine is the one I got. They said, it's going to protect you to 90-something% from getting it. So there's still that 6% of breakthrough infections that could potentially occur. So what do you do with all this information? There's so much shit that we don't know that's going on in our universe. It's like weird. I wanted to start a series calling it Weird Wednesdays, right? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just something, I will say something just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to me to hear the CDC knowing that we have this very contagious variant, and they knew about it, right? To say, it's okay to not wear your mask. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're trying to do herd immunity and hurry up and get it over with. Like, just, you get it, you get it. If you die, you die. We're just going to let everybody just be exposed to it. Because it didn't make sense to me. Just like in the beginning of the pandemic. You're telling us that there is a virus that's out here, right? And that what makes this virus so peculiar and different from others is that, just like right now, I don't have any symptoms of being sick, but I could have, be a carrier of COVID and give it to you. So it was just things that just didn't make sense. Or like they'll hear about like a country that's supposed to have all of these infections and stuff. And instead of closing the border to that country, they'll say, okay, well, we're going to close it in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, well, why not close it now and protect your people? Do you really want these? It's like they want, I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying not to say too much, but it just seems to me like maybe they want us to get sick. And now you're hearing about them picking you up from your house or coming to your house and giving you the shot. So what else they're going to do? First it was incentives, okay, so we're going to give you this money for getting the shot. And then there's a lot of conspiracy that roams in my mind. I'm kooky like that. So I'm thinking, okay, because do y'all remember how they had the rollouts? Like first it was for the healthcare workers. Is it all the same vaccine? Yeah, that's what I said. And then it was like, okay, if you have these diseases, now you qualify for it, and I'm sure the scientists and people in my community, the medical community, will say to me, no, Wanda, we gave it to the healthcare professionals first because they're on the front lines and they're the ones that needed it. And we only had a limited supply. And in our mind, especially if you're scientific, the research, does show that. Okay, yeah, you're right. The healthcare providers are on the front line. They deserve to have the vaccine first. Now, just be safe, please. When I found out my friend died, it was just like, whoa. And it's we still don't know the facts of how this thing even started. And no one is being held accountable for it. And y'all, I tell you, I feel in my spirit that we will be in another lockdown. It's coming. So we've already begun stacking up on certain essentials like water. Water is the first thing. Your toilet paper, your tissue items, your hand sanitizer, Lysol. I remember during the heat of the pandemic when there was no Lysol, and I was literally buying cases of Lysol from an Asian woman in an alley. And hand sanitizer. And now the kiddos are going to school in the fall, and they're saying this shit is just like chicken pox. It spreads like is as contagious as chicken pox. And they're saying now that unlike the Alpha variant, that if you are, how they were telling you, like if you're outside and stuff, you can be outside and you don't have nothing to really worry about too much because the air would like lessen the viral load. But honey, they're saying that don't matter. And we know that it's airborne. So just be cautious, fam. I'm telling you to be cautious. Like I said, I would never push for it because I swear, like, since I've had this vaccine, it just feels like at times I feel like electricity all through my body, and I'm like wondering, like, oh my God, what is this? Am I gonna turn into Electric Girl or something and be like an X-Men? I don't know. My life is in God's hands. So, like I said, y'all be safe. Please be safe. I think a lot of, or what they're saying, I don't know what to, it's like I keep saying, I don't know what to believe. My scientific mind is saying, okay, the research says this, the medical community says this. I see it, I hear it, I know that the virus is real. At the same time, we have this rush product, this vaccine, that they just came up with very, very, very quickly. And a lot of people don't trust the government and what's going on, and that I know that's why they're hesitant to get it. I was hesitant to get it, but I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And there is a huge part of me that's happy that I did it, but then there is another part of me that's saying, well, I don't know what this means. I don't know, if down the line, if it means something else. The thing with my friend's death is that I know that we all have to reach that point, but I don't want people to die unnecessarily. I don't. And now they're saying that it's the younger people that's dying, that's in the hospital, that's dying, not so much as the older people, because a lot of the older people did get vaccinated, if that is what's really protecting us. And that's what they tell us. That's what the research and the scientists are saying that they're promoting and pushing out there. I'd always do these long ass videos. Anyway, like I said, y'all, I don't know what to believe. I don't know. And now they're saying that we have to probably do a booster. So now we're going to have this booster, right? And this variant, they're going to have more variants that's going to break through the booster. I'm getting sleepy. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here to just share that with you. And I did. I told them. I said, be prepared. I told the ladies in the nail shop, I said, because more than likely they probably will lock it down again. Get y'all water together and your canned goods and stuff like that, just so that you and your family can be protected. And maybe stack a little extra just for some of those people that may be in your family or your friends who may not have as much as you. You might have to share. Anyway, God bless you guys. And Auntie is out, honey. I got to get my beauty rest. Bye.